Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to show you my Devo duck. I just got it today. I mentioned it over the weekend. Um, I was supposed to get tomorrow. I got today. We're Thursday, which is really cool. And this was. Wait a second. I don't want to lose that. Okay. Um, I got this on eBay, $15.99 plus $5.99 shipping and tax. Him like 23 something cheaper than the website. The website's $14.99, but $9.95 shipping and handling. It has right there Devo duck. It's from the song "Whip It," and you see the whip right there. The duck holding the glasses of the Devo Energy Dome hat, and it says, "This is the funniest thing: quack that whip," right there. It has the band Devo right there, and runs again, quack that whip. I think it's cool as hell. I like it. Now I want to talk to you about my history of the band Devo, and that goes all the way back to 1980 with the song Whip It. I mean, a lot of people consider them just be a one-hit wonder, even though they had worked in a coal mine playing on the radio too. Hit song too. But I want to talk to you about my extensive history with the band Devo, my personal history with the band Devo. Showing off the Devo duck, everybody. I think that's cool as hell. I mean, you see the Devo logo right there. Isn't that neat? And like I said, they're not flower pots; they're energy domes. But I know it's kind of like with YouTube and stuff. I rediscovered the band Devo, and everyone always thinks of me as a heavy metal guy, liking bands like Cannibal Corpse and Gwar, and I do like them, and Napalm Death and stuff like that. But I mean, I love '70s, '80s music, and I was born in '68, and now when I heard the song "Whip It" I loved it, and then later on, I found that Devo was also. I mean, I didn't know who they were till that song came out, but they were also doing a lot of late night performances on stuff like uh, Saturday Night Live, the one with Fred Willard, may he rest in peace, and on stuff like Don Kirshner's rock concert. Does anyone remember that show? I mean, when they were doing stuff from Duty Now for the Future, the '79 album. Well, anyways, I heard the song Diva. I mean, I heard the song Whip It. I really liked it, and I know my one cousin Eric and Chandra saying over there, they actually had the 45 single for the song Devo. I remember listening to it and loving the song, and then I was like, I made the unpopular said, "Hey, what's on the other side of the other song?" And it was a song called "Turn Around," and I love that song too because I was curious. I mean, I like the song. I wonder what someone else of theirs sound like. And like, we don't like that stuff. We just want to hear Whip It. We just want to whip it. So okay, but I played that a couple of songs. Hey, and they're like, hey, Jason's playing the other song on the album on the other side. Turnaround is really cool, and it was really cool. So I was like, boy, Devo is a great band because I just had the amount of excitement I had for the song "Whip It." I had for Turnaround too. I mean, this is like 79, 80 was when I was in fifth grade. I believe. I mean, I don't know if it's the later till the end of the '80s, then that would be sixth grade. But I believe it was fifth grade. I was in fifth grade, finding out about Devo. And then I never owned. I always wanted to get the single for that. I never got it. And I mean, it was off the album Freedom of Choice. I never got that album until much later. But the first Devo album I ever purchased was I got a stereo. I didn't have. I don't think I had a stereo at the time. Well, I did get a stereo. We went to this one record place, and this is about when you used to buy records. And I remember buying New Traditionalists, which was a big value as far as records was concerned. It was like I can't remember. I'm going to say $8.99 for the record. I don't remember when it came out. And it came with a poster and also came with the single for off the soundtrack for the movie Heavy Metal. That song "Working in a Coal Mine." And the other side had Planet Earth on there. Now, "Working in a Coal Mine" was also a hit song. I know my mom didn't like it, but then when the Judge came out with their version a few years later, oh, I love this song. She hated the Devo version. Just like Devo came out with the song so fresh, late years later. And then the Judds did a remake of it. And Rachel Ray played the Judds version on her song for her daytime talk. She wouldn't play the Devo version, but she'd play the Judds version. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. But I mean, there's the correlation between that and the Judds did a. I thought the Judds were in coma. I mean, I don't know. I didn't care for it. My mom loved it. I hate Devo. Oh well. But with the New Traditionalist album, I also bought another album. Was one of the rare ones, Devo Live. I think it was made in England. It was like $5.99. It was from like some Flower Power Hour, and there was like three songs on each side. I think it had Gates of Steel on there. I don't know if it had Whip It on there. But Gates of Steel and some other Be Stiff was on there. And some other song. That was interesting. And it had like a big thick layer of plastic over the album cover. And along with that, they also, I mean, this New Traditionalist is my favorite Devo album. I'll tell you at the end of the video, I'll tell you the studio albums, the order of the studio albums from worst to best. And believe there's actually a Devo album I don't care for. Studio album. There's some songs there I don't care for, but I mean, for the most part, I do. I love all their stuff. But with that, I remember seeing them on Fridays. That was the one that were on the treadmills. I remember sharing on YouTube. I remember Howie Cat liked it too. I know Howie Cat's tired of me talking about Devo, but I mean, he jokes around. He said he likes the band, but he's not one of their favorites. But I mean, they were a new wave band. And I like punk rock too. Howie Cat's more like from the generation punk rock, and I think punk rock and new wave go hand in hand in their own. I mean, in their own respects. I mean, like they're not widely accepted. I mean, to a point. And there was even a thing like they were going to be on a show called Square Pegs, and they said like network executives don't think that they're accessible for mainstream audiences, which is a bunch of crap. Well, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, I mean, that was heavily publicized. The New Traditionalist album, and then when they did Whip It, I'm forgetting some stuff. Trying to do this all from memory. Whip It, I remember seeing them perform. The first time I ever seen them perform live was on Merv Griffin, and I really liked the Whip It, so I was a big fan. I was like, but I never got the Freedom of Choice album until, like I said, years later. And with New Traditionalists, they were on Fridays. Like I said, the one with the treadmills was really cool. I'm trying to. I guess they did some New Traditional stuff on Merv Griffin, but I missed that one. I didn't see it. And that's back when it used to be broadcast 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon when we got home from work or something. We got home from school. And then, it seemed like they did an album every year, at least at that time. And then they did. They were on Solid Gold, and they played the Beautiful World album, which I liked. It's more a slower song, but it's a good song. It had Bougie Boy on it. And let me see. Then after that, I mean, 82, I remember Christmas time. I knew there was an album called Oh No, It's Devo. And there was a guy called Dr. Rock on local. We used to get a subscription to the paper, and this is back in the cool days when they had like those cool movie ads for the drive-ins and stuff, like the horror movies. The horror movies had big screen ads in there, and what I used to do is I used to cut them out and put them on when my parents were done. I said, "Can I have the paper?" Because they were done reading and stuff like that. And I used to cut out the horror movie ads and tape them on my books. So my mother knew I was doing it. She'd kill me. She said, "I hate horror movies. You're not allowed to see this. You're not allowed to see this. You're not allowed to see this." Yeah, that's the way she was. Guess what? I love horror movies. I'm watching them all the time. Anyways, Christmas morning, I knew they had an album called I Don't Know It's Devo. I know that Dr. Rock reviewed it and said it's time for Devo to do a country western album because he didn't like the album. Well, he liked like a couple songs. And I remember Christmas morning going down to seeing that right up against the thing, right? Dad, everything. So I got that for Christmas. Oh no, it's Devo album. And I remember on Solid Gold they were on a couple times. They did the song That's Good. That's kind of like the hit song for that. And then they did Peekaboo, and they played the video for that. I remember my mom was watching, and they had a clown on, and they were and they had a clown. My mother, they're so weird, they're so strange, they're so weird, they're so strange. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. And oh my god. And I still allowed to listen to her music, you know. And she was really weird about me. I mean, whenever I went in the army, I started buying old. You know, I never knew. I thought Black Sabbath was something forbidden because my grandmother, oh, Black Sabbath, that's bad. Or my mom, or like AC/DC. Because I remember I got a couple AC/DC albums, and then she's like, and my friend said they did an album called "If You Want Blood, You Got It," and it showed them getting stabbed with a guitar. You're not allowed to have that. You're not allowed to have that. But I had a couple of Devo. I mean, I remember my one cousin gave me an 8-track for. Yes, I had an 8-track player in my stereo. And I had like the cassette adapter you put in there too. And he asked me if I asked my mom if I have the back in black, and she said okay, but she didn't have. I mean, then she's like, I don't like to name these songs. Well, I was going to get for those about to rock that song called "Inject the Venom" and "Night of the Long Knives" and stuff like that. Well, anyway, I'm getting off track. But on Solid Gold, they had that, and they had Peekaboo, and on there was a show called Square Pegs. That's what I was saying about there's a news report saying like uh like they were saying like network executives don't think bands like that are commercially viable. Like Devo. I mean, but they were on there doing That's Good and stuff like that. And I saw the episode. I was a big fan of Square Pegs. I like that show. You know, some people said it was stupid because like all these girls care about being popular. A lot of kids cared about being popular. I never considered myself popular, but everybody knew who I was, which was awesome. Um I also heard some nice things from Pandora did a live stream. I heard for the grapevine. I didn't see it because I was in. Well, I might have been on for a second. I was on it, and I mentioned Larry, Larry, Mary, not Larry, Mary. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Mary, Mary. Um, I heard for the grapevine, and someone was telling me that Mary said she known me for a long time. We've been friends for a long time since 2018. And a lot of people said they were honored to be my friends, and they said pretty much everyone said it, like Phil and Richard and everyone like that. So I want to thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. Now back on to the Devo stuff. That's something. Now, I mean, as much as they clipped stuff from Pandora's live stream, they should have clipped that stuff about me. That would have been cool. I mean, that would have been something positive. And that's okay. Now I lost my train of thought. No, I mean with yeah, with Square Peg trying to be popular, right? Okay. And pretty much after that, that's the last I heard. I mean, that's the last I heard from Devo for a while. That's the last of publicized stuff. Then in 1983, I think the movie Doctor Detroit came out in 83. They did a theme song for that. And they did a music video, which I didn't see till years later. And then they did, they were in a movie called Pray TV, which is like those TV skits like, it was like that, but in the guise of a movie with a story around it, like Kentucky Fried Movie or Groove Tube. It was like a skit of or Tunnel Vision, you know. It's like or Prime Time. It was all or the Boob Tube. It was all about like TV show, like uncensored TV or something like that, but skits. But like on the thing like you're watching a TV show, but usually they're really dirty. Especially Kentucky Fried Movie had some dirty stuff in it. But Pray TV was a PG rated movie. And about Dabney Coleman had a TV station that was kind of, or UHF too, but that was PG-13. Weird Al Yankovic. He had a TV station that was down in the dumps, and he wanted to change it to all religion TV station. And it had the band Devo in it, but it was Devo's alter ego band Dove, where they're out in leisure suits. I can't remember the song they sang though. And then Mark Mother was like, "Praise God," like that. But it wasn't Praying Hands. I have to look. I can't remember what song they did. And then in the background they did you hear Shrivel Up. Dang it, thing. There I am. Here's a song Shrivel Up, which is a good song, which is a real weird song. And then in '84, they Warner Brothers released they were on Warner Brothers label. The last studio out for Warner Brothers for a long time was Shout, and that came out with no fanfare, no nothing, no anything. I liked the album though. It had a cover for the "Are You Experienced" by, which I thought was pretty good. I like the song. The music video is stupid. I didn't see the music video till like years later on YouTube. I think the music video is kind of stupid. That's just me. And that's the last I heard of Devo for a long time. And what is it? Well, and that's the last studio album they did for Warner. And then what was in my best interest was to look out for their other albums, because they did 3 other albums I knew of. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. Well, Freedom of Choice, Whip It Off, of course, and Duty Now for the Future. Now, with the one in '78, Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. That's the one that has the cover for Satisfaction. I found out years later that they were only allowed to put that cover on the album if Mick Jagger approved of it. And I guess they performed it in front of Mick Jagger, and he was like this all the time. And then, like, the singer Mark was saying, "Oh God, he doesn't like it." And in the end, he started dancing, said, "Yeah, I love it, I love it, I love it," like that. And they were all relieved, and they were able to put that on the album, which is a very unique idea for a cover song. Very unique interpretation of it. Just like with I experienced this kind of like, I mean, yeah, something like that too. And then I remember Are You Not Man? We Are Devo. I didn't own that album for a long time. I borrowed off Bruce Sokolowski. Bruce Sokolowski sadly passed away while I was in the Army. There was a fire. He got burned up in a fire, which is a terrible tragedy. He was a good friend. He was a good guy. John didn't like him because John said he picked on him, but it's okay. But he used to let me borrow. He let me borrow the soundtrack for Heavy Metal on 8-track, and it had the song "Open Arms for Journey" on it. I said, "Hey, Mom, you know this?" And Mom was on the song. "You know this was in the movie Heavy Metal." She goes, "No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't." Yes, it was. "No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I'm going to tell your father on you." And when I showed her the 8-track, it said, "Oh." And she's like, "Get it around. Gotta get around." She's a mean lady. She really was. She still is. She's nuts. Anyways, until I get ahead of myself again. He let me borrow the album for Are You Not When We Are Devo. Well, my neighbor, when we lived in the second old house, my neighbor had the album, and they let me listen to it a little bit, but I never really got to hear the whole thing. I think on 1 or 2 sides. I love the band, but they had the album for Are You Not Men? We Are Devo. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. And I remember him let me borrow it. And this guy John Patterson, he walked. He took when I was in math class. This is 7th, 8th grade. He went all the, or maybe he was in high school. I can't remember. I had it. And he went all the way out of his way to walk up to me and said, "Devo sucks." No, you suck. And it drives me crazy when they say it's a one-hit wonder band. No, they have so many creative, brilliant songs out there. I mean, it's hard to ever consider them a one-hit wonder. So I wanted to do this video, get off my chest, but now I'm all over the place. Because it goes from when I first found out about him, Whip It. I mean, people say, like, that's the only song they ever did, but it's not. There's so many other songs out there. And he let me borrow that. And then there was a place called Graham's tape trading place, a record and tape trading place where, like, you bring in an album or a cassette or something like that, and they give you a certain amount, then they resell it. And I know Graham sadly passed away again. But that was his dream to have this place. It was in Edinburgh Mall. It was successful for a long time. I remember buying Freedom of Choice there and listening to it. And I have, along with the Devo doc, I got this, a book about the album. This is a really great idea for books. 33 1/3. They have some other record out. They're expensive though. This was like $13.45. Most of the other ones are $14, 49 or something like that. There's two other ones I really want to get: Master of Reality and then Diamond Dogs. And also I got this one, Recombo DNA. Now this was $12.95. It was cheaper than that one. This is a much bigger book. The story of Recombo DNA, the story of Devo, or how the 60s became the 80s. And it talks about how they started out with in Kent State and stuff like that. Very unusual stuff. But I mean, you can tell this the old stuff. That's had the prophylactic stuff like that, or the hardcore Devo stuff. Well, anyways, I forgot where I was at again. Okay, freedom of choice. Okay, and then I remember we used to go on field trips sometimes in school. One of the coolest things is, you're going all day field trip, you miss lunch, right? So they dropped us off the Mill Creek Mall for an hour and a half, which was cool. And I knew I had money. I knew the first thing I was going to go was, and they had the McDonald's in there, so I'd eat at the McDonald's. And then I'd play video games. That's what I do. They had Red Baron and Tilt. They had two arcades there. I liked Red Baron. Everyone, well, they both were cool, but I think I was the only one that liked Red Baron better than Red Baron. I went to Red Baron more. But anyone else went to Tilt, I went to Red Baron. And of course now they're all by the wayside. But it was cool playing those arcades at the Erie Movie House. It was really cool. Anyways, I feel like I'm all over the place with this one. I'm doing this all from memory too. I rehearsed this in my head Monday at work while I was doing some other stuff. I'm trying to hit all the points, right? But my very first thing I wanted to do was go to that record store and get Duty Now for the Future, because I saw it on cassette earlier. And I bought it. It was like, I don't know, $8.99 or something like that. I was really excited. I was like, I told some of my friends from school, and oh man, I got Duty Now for the Future, Devo. Isn't that cool? I'm like, who cares? Big deal. Who cares? Big deal. So what? And no one else liked Devo. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I always thought Devo was cool. I don't know. There wasn't. Boy, there was a whole backlash. Even my going to reunion said I had a bunch of fruits. I don't know what Mark was saying. Hey, that's a bunch of fruits. But I mean, that's what he said. Not being homophobic, that's what was said. And he said they're wearing flower pots. They're energy domes, like this Devo duck is energy dome, right? Are we not men? We are Devo. Quack quack. We're Devo, Devo duck, Devo duck. Instead of disco duck. Well, anyways, got Do Now Future, which I loved. I remember playing that in the car. Dad said I don't think Dad was a big fan of that one. Oh, and then when we got Freedom of Choice, I got the Freedom of Choice album from the Graham's tape trading place in near Vermont. I remember my dad got the Stop Making Sense album from Talking Heads, which is also brilliant. Big Talking Heads fan. And I like how David Byrne, I don't like Whitney Houston at all. David Byrne took a Whitney Houston song, I Want to Dance with Somebody, and made it cool. His version of that is brilliant with the orchestra and stuff. And he did, I remember seeing him on Austin City Limits. He was brilliant on that show. Anyways, and then I did another Robert Plant. I saw 10 minutes and I shut it off, and everyone some gave it like. So I thought it was neat. Just a different thing that Robert Plant did. Well, anyways, okay. So that was pretty much it for Devo for a while. And then I know I'm a big fan of Pee Wee Herman and Paul Rubens, and this is way before he got in trouble. That was when I was in Fort Detrick in '91. He got in trouble for that, and his show got taken off the air, his kid show. But Pee Wee's Playhouse was on there, and I guess I watched some interviews on YouTube. Mark was saying Mark Mothersbaugh was saying he's married to Lorraine Newman from Silent Live, believe it or not. Mark was saying like he kept bugging him, will you be able to do music for my show? And he said, I can't. We're touring and all this other stuff. I can't. And then after like Shout came out in '84, and he said, now I have time to do your music. So I saw that, listened to music. I said, Mark Mothersbaugh. I said, cool. I was the only one that knew he was from Devo, though. And then he wanted to do other music for Rugrats, a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and he got, he's brilliant. And just like Henry Mancini, he did the theme for Newhart. I was like, what does Newhart sound like? He captured that brilliantly, too. He's like a new wave version of Henry Mancini. How's that? Mark Mothersbaugh, for the instrumentals and stuff he did. And then that was it for Devo. And I went to the Army. In 1988, I was in AIT. And you'd go out AIT. Told you this is going to be a long video, sir. I wonder how many people. Please watch. I hope you watch this video all the way through. In AIT, it was Fort Gordon, Georgia. There used to be a bus that would take you to. Well, there were taxis all over the place, take you all over the post or different places. That was a brilliant idea. And the only place that I really seen to have real taxi service, because they were all over the place. They were no dummies. You know what I mean? They were really smart. And there was a bus station that went there, and there was a bus that took you right to the mall. And there was a big mall that had a bunch of movie theaters outside. I went to see a lot of movies out there, along with on post too. Anyways, they had a shopping mall there, 2 stories. And the only time I ever seen live mannequins there, because that was a big thing. I said like live people posing mannequins like this. I didn't mess with them like that. They were like behind glass or something like that. I just looked at them and like they were real. They were real people, but it's like God, I couldn't imagine being able to stand like that. Well, if you had to use the bathroom, that'd be bad. Well, I'm sure they took breaks though. I'm sure they took breaks every hour or so. But that was cool. I seen that. But I remember there was a record place I used to go to, and I was looking, and all of a sudden I saw Total Devo. I was like, "What the hell?" This is in '88, 4 years after Shout came out. Oh, see, I forgot something. Shout had no publicity or anything like that. It was kind of like it flew under the radar. Now in high school, they had a theme that was just Shout. I guess that was a theme, and then before they have like school announcements before the day of school started, and they play either Twist and Shout or the song Shout for Tears for Fears. I was like, Devo has an album called Shout, and they did a song called Shout. Silence. No one would play the song. And it's a great song. It's just, you didn't play Twist and Shout or the Shout for Tears for Fears. They could have played that to mix it up a little bit, at least once. Nope. Nope. I imagine it just fell on deaf ears like, Devo, ugh. We don't play Devo here. You know what I mean? Like, stop. Anyways, going back to AIT, Total Diva came out, and they were under a new record label called Enigma. And I guess they really hated that record label, because they said it was touted as, well, they said that it was time for them to jump ship from Warner Bros. Like a lot of other bands were doing it, because I see this one guy rolling away in a big thing of money. You know what I mean? And they heard that Enigma is being posted in the next A&E record studio. I heard of Enigma before. And, they did Total Devo. Now, I mean, there was no publicity for the album at all. I mean, but one of the songs, Baby Doll, was played in a movie called Tapeheads, which I'd never seen. I know other movies I've seen all over the place. It was Tim Robbins and John Cusack. It was like some German band was doing a song of Baby Doll. And it was their song though, but they tweaked to someone in the movie. And I saw later, one of the nice things about Devo is I'm rediscovering that through YouTube, because I'm finding all this old stuff I'd never seen before. They had the Disco Dancer music video on YouTube, which I'd never seen before. That was pretty cool. But I was a big fan of Total Devo. A lot of people did not like it, saying it was the worst album. I don't think so. And they had lots of rules, like the rules of Devo, like we must repeat and all this other stuff. I can't remember. And so that was it. Let me think. Yeah, that was pretty much it for Devo for a while. Now, Germany came around. I went to Germany. I lived in Germany for 2 years. Now, with Germany, I didn't have any Devo albums or anything like that there, because I left that Total Devo at my mom's or stepdad's place. My stepdad had it in his attic. I finally got the gym bag, and he said, "Oh, here's your stuff." Oh, okay. I keep forgetting to ask him. It was in his attic. Well, he sadly passed away in 2005. But he gave me, and then it had Total Devo, and it listed that and rediscovering it again. Great. I like the album. Now in Germany, They used to sell. That's the first time I really started collecting videotapes. Aside from the blank ones to make VHS tapes, I should say. Same made blank ones to make copies of movies and stuff, or tape stuff off TV. They had like movies that were buy to own, and not like went to Sears and they had E.T. there. My dad said, oh, "I want to buy that. I love that movie." $300. So hell, I ain't buying no 250. I ain't paying $250 for that. Back when they were super expensive. But they had videos that were buy to own. Because Good Times had like stuff like Richard Pryor live on Sunset Strip for like I don't know $8.99 or The Evil That Man Do, which I already made a copy of. I love Charles Bronson. That's a great movie. Or like Finger Tough All Over, just stuff that Columbia had, and a lot of places were like that. And the PX, there usually was like a $15.99 price tag. And I saw Oh No It's Devo the music videos, like an hour long from was it Rhino Home Video, and that was I got to see a lot of music videos I never seen of them before, and it went all the way from back to Are We Not Men, We Are Devo, all the way up till Oh No It's Devo. They didn't have anything for Shout on there. And it was like in like a whole thing, like a whole big storyline. There was Rod the Man Rudo, Rod the Man Rooter, or something like that. One character had, and then the girl, his daughter, played by Lorraine, not Lorraine, Lorraine Newman. And boy, this is gonna be a long ass video. That's okay. Lorraine Newman and stuff. I knew it was. I told Doma it was gonna be. I told Sarah it's gonna be a long video. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch the whole thing, but I'm gonna put it out anyways. Get all this off my chest. Um. Anyways, and they had like a lot of videos I've never seen, like Love Without Anger, which is a great video. A lot of videos were on a low budget and stuff, but they were brilliant. They were really good. And then aside from that music video, that was pretty much it for Dio for the 2 years. But I watched that video a lot. And my friend, my roommate Scone, who was a drummer now, who made a movie, Married to Metal, Final Tears, Married to Metal, which I saw with John. I did a review of it. It was cool seeing a movie he directed and stuff like it. Was like $1.99 for like a 40 minute. I paid the money for to see it on Amazon. And he said he didn't mind watching something different though. You know. Now he said most people know me as a metal guy and stuff like that, but I love the band Devo. Anyways, that was it for Devo from Germany. Then Fort Bragg came around. Now at the library, you could rent like albums and cassettes and stuff like that. And I saw they had 2 Devo cassettes. Are We Not Men? We Are Devo and New Traditional. So I made copies of them on cassette. And I listened to my Walkman while I walk places. So that was cool. And then they had their last studio album with Enigma called Smooth Noodle Maps. Now Smooth Noodle Maps is the only Devo studio album I really don't like. Like, how can you hate Devo? Well, I don't like that album. Because it doesn't sound like them. It sounds like they're trying to do a dance album or a club album. It doesn't sound like them at all. But the first 2 songs I like. Stuck in a Loop and Post Modern Man. And it was really cool. Like a month ago, I discovered that Post Modern Man was on YouTube. I didn't know they did a music video for it. The music video is not very good, but I mean, it was still cool to see. And then I was, well, that wasn't it for Devo. Then, like, I was really disappointed with that album. I really was. And I found that throughout after that, Enigma released a whole bunch of compilation albums and live albums, and Devo said they didn't get a penny for any of that stuff. Devo was pretty upset with Enigma, and they said, yeah, Enigma. And they were Enigma. That's what Mark was saying. And not too long after that, Ryko disc released Hardcore Devo Volume 1, which was awesome. I played that so much, and that was a more unusual album from the early 70s before they got a record deal. But these were good songs. And then I wanted to see Hardcore Devo too. Kind of glad I didn't, because a lot of those songs were really tough to listen to. They weren't very good. I mean, there's lots of really rare Devo stuff from the early 70s that I don't think is that good. I just want to listen to it, like the Twinkle tune. I couldn't listen to that. Or like, I mean, they did a movie called Hardcore Devo I saw a while back on, which featured the concert. Then they cut into with interviews and stuff. But it had like the Bougie Boy song. I liked the funeral for Bougie Boy was cool, and then he did a song for himself, but that's tough to sit through. I mean, then they did it in the Hardcore Devo too. Usually they did stuff off Hardcore Devo 1 or stuff from a couple rare things like Clock Out, which Clock Out's an awesome song, but I don't know why they don't play it from doing it out for the future in concerts and stuff. And I played that all the time. I made it for Smooth Noodle Maps. And then that was pretty much it for Devo. I'm trying to think. Now, like I said, going out, I remember my sister liked show Rugrats. I never really got into it, but I saw Mark Mothersbaugh did the song. I remember I watched Ren and Snippy. I never watched SpongeBob. I never watched Thornberries. And then I think they did a cover of Witch Dog from Wild Thornberry, which I hated. I hated that song. It was awful. But I mean, it's meant to be a kid song, but I didn't like it. It's kind of annoying. But I mean, that's fine. They do a kid song. It's all right. They did Haboon Stomp for the South Park album. Chef A, that was cool. I like that song. But that was pretty much it for Devo back then. Oh, no, I take that back. Also in Fort Bragg, there was a cool place called Coconuts. And it was like a precursor, kind of, in my opinion, to Media Play. Media Play was awesome. Of course, that's gone by the wayside, too. The place where it sold movies, music, tech, merchandise, and books. I can't remember. Coconuts was somewhat like that. And I remember buying I don't think I bought any CDs for that. I bought 3 video cassettes. I bought Gwar Live from Antarctica, Godzilla vs. Smog Monster, and then their old Devo, the men who make the music, the old Warner Brothers video from 78 that they released. 78 or 79. Which just featured music from their first 2 albums. And I remember they had that at Lampman's video rental store back in the 80s. We used to go there all the time. I never got it because I was really a stickler about running times. I don't know why. My dad wanted to rent it. But Dad, it's only 50 minutes. And then, I mean, when I got to Fort Bragg, I didn't care anymore. But I mean, back then I did. I don't know why. I figured we were getting ripped off. We didn't get anything released. Well, usually I'd say 90 minutes and up. But then a lot of the horror movies are like 80 minutes long. So I was like, well, okay, let's get some more. Me get horror movies. My dad hated it. All they have here is horror movies. And the very first place I found out about Hirsch, Gore, and Lewis, they had Blood Feast there. Very bloody album. And if Dad saw it, because Dad was against me getting bloody, gory movies, but a lot of times he didn't know what they were. I remember, well, you're not allowed to get a first Friday the 13th. Oh, they have Reanimator, the uncut Reanimator. Well, Reanimator, I didn't say uncut. All right, whatever. I got that. He didn't know it was a bloody. I saw it myself. He would have said, turn that off. Anyway, I remember getting Blood Feast. That was 75 minutes. Well, anyway, I remember they had Men Who Make Music, and then I remember Greg Rupp was playing some of it at the very beginning. With Bougie Boy talking to General Boy. Which is supposed to be his dad, but it's actually Mark. Well, in a way, Bougie Boy is played by Mark. And General Boy is played by his dad. Well, anyways, I ended up buying that. I loved it. And that was the old thing that had like the old Time Warner logo on it. Time Warner, very old school. Now, let me think. Now, that was it for Devo for a while. For a long time, actually. And like I said, I got the Chef 8 album, 98 or something like that. And it had, was it 98 or maybe later than that? I bought a cassette. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. It was good, but it had a Devo song, Haboon Stomp, which was really cool. I liked that a lot. Like I said, that was it for Devo. I didn't really hear from him or anything like that. And then 2009 rolled around. I was watching 2009, I think. Dave Letterman, all of a sudden, Dave Letterman said something. He said, I just flipped it over and he said, yeah, doing their first studio album in over so many years, like 50. Well, he said 20 years. Maybe Spoon Noodle Wraps recorded 89, 90. He might, or I can't remember the year, 2009, 2010. They're the first studio album in like 20 years. Here they are, Devo. Devo! Oh man, I was watching with Dad, and they were in like these blue outfits, and they did song So Fresh, which was really cool. I'm coming. Michael Creech. I remember getting an album, and I know that Roland gave me a CD, burned me a CD of that album. I really liked it. I was like, and then I remember getting it. He gave me an old computer, and this was when I first started editing and stuff. I didn't have internet though. I didn't get internet till January 2013 when I had another laptop, because that computer didn't last very long. It was just an old one that Roland had. And I remember that was on the computer and said, "Hey Dad, can you guess who this is?" I played So Fresh, and Dad after like 10 seconds, like, boy, that's Devo. Yeah, I've tried harder than that because my dad kind of liked Devo too. Now, I forgot way before that happened, like 2001, 2002. We used to go to a place called Ames. It was in Edinburgh, and Ames was awesome. You know, a lot of times they'd have just the same great stuff they have in the other mall retail stores in Erie. Was Ames, and they had great clones. They had lots of WWE stuff. Well, Stone Cold and The Rock, anyways. And I remember they were going out of business, and they had a clearance sale of cassettes, and they had the best of Devo, and it was like one of the compilation ones from Enigma. And basically, it had like the first two songs for Smooth Noodle Maps, and then some concert stuff they did, including an acoustical version of Jocko Homo, which was pretty cool. I remember, and that was like $1. I remember buying that. But they said they never got dying for a lot of their albums. I've seen a lot of the other compilation albums and stuff like that. And it's like, I heard all these songs, and there might be one or two I didn't hear, but I didn't feel like buying the whole album, just hear one or two songs. And like I said, after that, that was pretty much it for Devo until I got YouTube. I started rediscovering Devo through that great performance on Fridays with the, not the Escalators, what do you call those things? I just said it before. Not escalators, treadmills. And also like just last weekend, I discovered that they did music for the song's movie Super Cup, including a cover for "A Head Like a Hole" from 9 Inch Nails, which I was really excited to listen to. And then the song for Super Cup, the Jackie Chan movie, was kind of like a rap police type thing they did, kind of like that, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was kind of cool. But the Head Like a Hole was really excited to hear that. And they had like a list of rare Devo, and a lot of those weren't very good at all. And that's pretty much it. That's my history with Devo. Want to show the Devo duck again. Like I said, this was cool. Got this. Now I pre-ordered 2 Funko Pops for a low price, $8.95 for 2. They're supposed to come in mid-July. And that price was promised by Amazon. I pre-ordered it. And it's cheaper. There was another place you pre-order there, $12.95. The $8.95 thing was great. You gotta read this right here. And also, I got this today. Really cool. But I mean, that's my history of Devo and my Devo duck. But I love that quack, that whip. That's so funny. I'm afraid. I mean, I think it's awesome. I really like it. So I hope you like this video, everybody. My history with Devo. I hope for anyone who watched this whole thing, I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. I might premiere this. Why not? I'm going to premiere this for 9 o'clock. Oh, God. Well, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to premiere it anyways, okay? So I hope you like this future premiere of Devo Duck and my personal history with Devo. So I hope you like this video. Bye. Till next time, please take care, my Legion.